so today for Vlogmas, we are going to be doing a movie video. So I'm going to be listing off some of the best and just like fun watches for winter vibes or Christmas vibe horror movies. If you're enjoying Vlogmas and you are enjoying these kinds of videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And let's start off with one of my personal favorite, just winter vibe horror movies. And it has to be The Shining, right? I mean, it's a classic for a reason, but more than just the horror, it's the whole environment of being frozen in this hotel, of not being able to leave, of being stuck with a possessed maniac. It is a good time, and the maze scene in the snow is one of the most suspenseful, and I love it. And then you've got The Lodge. This came out in 2019. It features one of the actors from It Chapter 1 and 2. The vibes, you guys, like this is, okay, realistically, you are stranded and you can't get away because you would be walking for miles and miles and miles and miles in snowstorms and knee-deep snow, and that is not possible, right? You're gonna freeze to death and die because you're not prepared for it. The story is also really great, but the vibes for me are what make it. So it's this whole family and the dad's new girlfriend. They go up to this lodge to celebrate the holidays. The kids are not pleased about it, and then the dad gets called away to work, and suddenly just mysterious and psychological shit starts happening, and it is a ride. The ending for me was definitely something that I saw coming, but it was also incredibly effective. This movie is one that I have seen once and I will never ever watch again because it is just the kind of horror that really gets me, where it is such a realistic real life situation. I feel like this could happen to me if I went to a ski hill. I feel like I would die in a similar way that these characters died. I feel like this was handled in such a realistic way that it is hard for me to watch. And that movie is Frozen. No, the other Frozen. I watched this out camping in the middle of summer once on a portable DVD player. That is the first and last time I have seen this. It came out in 2010, and it was so, the snow and the cold, it was so vivid that I remember having to get a ton of blankets, even though it was like 30 degrees outside, and just be under them, and it was so tense, and I truly, I don't think I could watch this movie again because it really, really got to me. Essentially, the whole story is there are these people who are going skiing and snowboarding at a mountain. The chairlift is going to close down because a storm is coming. They bribe them to go on one more run, and then the chairlift shuts down while they're halfway up. And they are left there to survive for days because it is a long weekend, no one's coming, there is a storm a-brewing, and it gets really bad. They tackled issues that I would be concerned about, like, hi, I have to pee, what do I do? And oh my god, I'm actually starving. What is there to eat? And do we drop down? Oh my god, are we gonna break our legs? Do we climb the wire? Like, they do all of the things that you as a rational, smart person think of doing, all the while freezing in mountain storm weather, which, in case you didn't know, is not fun. So if you want to feel chilly and have that like tense feeling throughout the entire movie, this is the one for you. And then you have Krampus. And I think that this is almost, as Elf is the pinnacle holiday movie, Krampus is, to me at least, the pinnacle holiday horror movie. Going into this, just because of who was in it, I thought it was going to be a comedy horror. And there were moments of levity for sure, but there were also moments of like, I didn't see you actually going that far with the horror and with the suspense, just solely because there were comedic actors in it. And then you've got Black Christmas, you got the 1974 version, you have the 2006, and then you have the 2019, which we are not actually discussing in this because it's not good. I would recommend either one of the first two. Essentially, this is like a slasher over winter time, the holidays, and there are some girls stuck in their sorority house. The last horror movie, before I get into two of my just generally favorite Christmas movies, await further instructions. Okay, so you have this guy, he brings his girlfriend over to the house. It is Christmas time. And then the TV starts giving them instructions. Do they listen? What's happening? shit starts hitting the fan. This is one of those movies that you go into thinking it's going to be very simplistic and it's going to be like, oh, obviously we don't listen, or maybe it's an end of the world kind of movie, but it just takes the turn. You know when movies do too much? This movie does just the right amount to keep it interesting and to have you surprised at the end of it. And then my two favorite Christmas movies, and I would love to see what yours are down below. One is Elf. And I'm not a big Christmas movie person, okay? I'm not somebody who like sits there and rewatches them every year. But if I am rewatching Christmas movies, it is going to be either Elf or the Santa Claus series, because I grew up having such a crush on that boy who played the Santa Claus son. He was really cute in like the third movie. Plus, who doesn't just want like endless hot chocolate and to actually get a cool, like semi-realistic view of what Santa's Wonderland would be, and just like the whole how Santa is created. And I enjoy those movies, and I like Tim Allen. So those are my favorite Christmas movies, and I would love to see what yours are. What do you rewatch every year? Or are you a big fan of the Hallmark movies? For me, I enjoy watching those and making them into a drinking game every time something cringy or incredibly expected happens. Or you can do the whole like rip out a paper hat and put it on the screen, and anytime a character's head lines up, that's a good time. They're just good to have on in the background, you know? My mom loves them. I'm not hating on them. She DVRs them and watches them like every day. So, it's my legacy, my friends. Anyways, that is it, you guys. Let me know if I missed anything, if there are any other sort of winter vibe horror movies or Christmas vibe horror movies that I need to watch, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, guys.